Alright guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video, we're going to be getting Smart Console installed on our Windows machine. So if you remember, let's go ahead and bring up our topology. So we have a Windows machine here in the bottom left. Smart Console is where we're going to be installing this. And we have the management server at 10.2.21.2/24 and a gateway to get out to the interwebs, and all the other devices in the future will be our gateway. So let's log into our, let's log back into our management server. All right, so just log in. And if you come up here, you go to manage. Up here, you can see the manage software blades using Smart Console. You can go ahead and download this. And if you download them right from the server, this is not going out to the interwebs. And you can also go download this on the internet, but it's a lot quicker. And obviously at the moment, this machine doesn't have access to the internet. So that's pretty much a no-go at the moment. So we'll let this do its thing. It'll take a few moments to do, because it says it's about, I don't even know how big it is. And we'll see how long this takes. So let's give this a moment. All right, so we can see that it's blocked. Let's go ahead and hit see more. We can actually look at this. We can keep it, right? Just so, because it doesn't have the validation on the internet, so we should be good. So let's open up the download in the folder. We can go ahead and right click, double click on it. I always run as admin, just so we don't have any future problems. And let's go ahead and click on yes here. And then we'll verify the integrity, install the file, and do all its fancy stuff. All right, so let's minimize that. We can X out of here now. It's funny, when I installed Windows 11, this thing showed up. I thought it was pretty cool, VirtualBox. So I didn't change the background. But it was pretty cool. So Windows 11 is my client. I started out with Windows 10 on my desktop, but this is quicker, and CheckPoint doesn't like AMD, so I had to do everything on an Intel laptop that I have over here. So normally just take a few minutes. I think the last time I installed this, it took a few minutes, like maybe two to 3 minutes. So we'll let this do its thing. So while that's doing its thing, let's go ahead and check on something really quick. So on the management console, we're going to have to, we can verify a footprint against our server just to make sure everything is validated. So while that's cooking, we can come over to the management server and do cp config. Okay. So in cp config, you can see like the configuration options, and we'll get more into this as we go. But a lot of the stuff, when you're managing and maintaining a firewall, you'll probably do that a lot on the GUI. So let's go ahead and get back here to Windows. I read, let's install it, and we'll let this cook. So we'll give this a few moments to do its installation, and we'll jump back to the management console on the left, the management server. All right, so we can see the license and contracts, administrator, GUI. So let's, for an example, let's type 2. We can see the configuration manager. Okay, you can view this, blah, blah, blah. Do you want to add? No, I don't want to add anyone. All right, so we can look at number 3. Just if you have, you can see the admins. No, I don't want to modify anything. Let's see what happens here. All right, so what we're interested in is number 7. So let's do number 7. So Judy had over, doll, gald, Ida, dot stiff, whatever, seam, whatever that says. So what we can do is once we get to the installation process of our firewall, we should be able to match so we have the integrity and everything is nothing is tampered with or anything like that. So this is super important. I always do this anytime I install a CheckPoint firewall. It's been a minute since I actually configured and set up and all that from soup to nuts. It's probably been, I want to say, to be honest, probably 4 years since I actually went in and set up a CheckPoint firewall. So, and that's when I actually was going to study for the CCSA, but then I had, other things come up in my life. And then I was like, okay, I can put this off in the back burner and I can start on something else. And that's when I think I was studying for the OSCP and then some other certifications back in 2018 and 2019. The reason being is because where I was working at that time, we had Palo Alto, we had CheckPoint, we had Sophos, we had a whole bunch of stuff when I was a network security engineer. And I thought it would be awesome to get certified in the technology that I'm utilizing. That's a big factor of why I have the certifications I've taken over the years, is because if I'm going to learn something, I might as well go get certified in that technology, in that topic, or whatever the case may be. I'm big on that. I do it for my own sake. So if I want to learn VMware, like I've said this in many videos, if I want to learn Cisco, if I want to learn Palo Alto, if I want to learn CheckPoint, if I want to learn pen testing, if I want to learn blue teaming, whatever the case may be, if there's something that can justify or, show that, okay, I did this, I studied it, and I reinforced the concepts and got certified, I think that'll, goes a long way for me at least. I always use the analogy, if you go through med school and then it's like you're not going to go take your license or your boards to become a doctor. So you went through all that studying, all that trouble to do it, or went to law school and all that stuff without, taking the bar exam, which, people do it. I don't know. But I always think if we're going to learn a topic, if you can get certified in that topic, or at least learn the topic to, justify what you're doing, I think it's critical. That's just my opinion. But yeah, so we'll give this a few more moments to complete. It's about 95%. And if you guys want to get certified in CheckPoint, I'm not sure if I brought this up in other videos, and if I did, I'm sorry. I didn't take my fish oil pills today. But there is the CCSA, which is a CheckPoint Certified Administrator. And I think I said this, or maybe I didn't. I don't remember. But after all this series that I'm building out for YouTube, I'm going to actually go back and do it myself and actually go take the R81.10, whatever certification. At the recording of this video, this is the latest one that I downloaded that I saw on their website. So yeah, so obviously you have the objectives here. You can just Google, the CCSA overview flyer, and you can check out all this stuff. So yeah, like right now we're going to be installing the smart client. Then we can install the alpha gateway, blah, blah, blah. So you can demonstrate how to, utilize the security management server and gateway communication, test the SIG status. That's where we test. That's where we set up that password or that authentication key. Hopefully I remember that key. I think I do. Whoa, hopefully. But I can always reset it, I think. And yeah, and just keep going down the list. So this is pretty much what I'm building off. And the exam is right down here. The exam is at Pearson View. It's the 156-215.81. And yeah, so if you guys are interested in getting certified, you can go ahead and do that. All right, so this is done. Let's go ahead and hit finish. Okay, so once this is finished, it'll start starting up. And if you remember in the last video, I believe it's the last video, when we set up the user, like I set up InfoSec Pat, and I'll show you, right? We're going to try admin. Whoops. For example, if you did admin, let's see what happens. And then my server IP address is 10.2.21.2. Okay, let's try to log in. All right, so as you can see, the fingerprint, this is what I was talking about. So on the bottom left-hand side, Judy had over doll, Judy had over doll. So we can see that it's legit, right? We're not downloading some funky business or anything like that. So we can see that those two match. So now we can go ahead and continue connecting to the server. So I'll give this a moment to see if it actually connects. Womp, womp, womp. The reason being is because admin is not going to work. We have to use InfoSec Pat. In my case, whatever you put, you put. So let's do InfoSec Pat, my fancy password. And now let's cross our fingers and see if I know what I'm doing. See if we can authenticate with that username and password, initializing services. So it looks like it's going to be golden in a second. So let's let that load the data and all that stuff. So we're almost wrapping up. It's almost the end of the video. So I do have a Patreon. If you guys want to support the channel, you can do it through Patreon. You can join as a member on my channel. I really appreciate all the members that I have. It's not many, but I have a few that I really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Putting in this work, making these videos is for you guys, and I really appreciate the little donation or helping fund the channel keep going and all that stuff. All right, so what's new in the Smart Console? You can read all this stuff, and we can X out of here. So now we can start managing, maintaining the security policies, logs, and monitor. Obviously, it's going to be a little slow because, remember, it's all in the virtual environment. So you can just tinker around, but let's go back to gateways and servers. So if I right click on the server, if I go to view, I just want to view the server. We can see that it's a management server. The IP address is at 10.2.21.2. Trust is established. And then you can see everything else, network management. Remember, it is slow, so bear with it. So this is the external IP. The topology is external. The IP is 10.2.21.2. And then for NAT, there is no NAT yet. You can look at the logs and all that stuff. So yeah, this wraps up how to install Smart Console on Windows 10, 11, whatever you want to do. And this concludes the video. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for viewing. Please like, subscribe, and share. And if you want to, help out the channel, you're more than welcome to, do it through Patreon, join the channel, and, I really appreciate it. And you get a shout out, you get a little, some gifts along with it, and you can read that on the site. So thank you so much, and I appreciate it. Take care, guys.